I'm always ready.
I'm ready.
And to wear your glasses or no?
You even remember I wear glasses? Wow. No, because sometimes it glares, so it's just
Yeah,
not.
it's true. It does.
Hello guys, and welcome again to my podcast. We are here with what's your name again?
Yeah.
Shivani.
So what do?
No, you want me to introduce your full name or just a nickname?
Just say Shivani.
Ovani.
Vani. I'm famous enough.
Okay.
Say him, yeah. Put the
Okay, yeah. Hello guys, and welcome again to my next episode of my podcast, the BS Podcast. So I'm here with Vani, and yes, she is Vani, and I'll let her introduce herself more to you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ben. Yeah, so I'm Shivani Sharma. Most people know me by Vani. I'm currently based in Suva, and I'm here in Jerusalem this year for the Feast of Tabernacles, and it's a very exciting year because I get to volunteer this year, and I'm not coming with a big group like the last 2 times that I came. A little bit about me. Well, I work in the area of management in business and HR, and I am part of Inner City Tabernacle Church in Suva.
Good.
Yeah.
So guys, there you go. That was an introduction from our chief guest. When was the first, what year was the first time when you arrived in Israel?
So the first time I came to Israel was 2022, and that was the first time I came. I actually came because my pastors, who are the national directors for ICEJ Samoa, they were not able to make it. So I came with the delegation from Samoa that year.
Oh, that's so beautiful. So, yes, it was so beautiful.
It really was. It was really amazing.
So this year, 2025,
yeah.
how many years it has been since
So
your
this is
arrival?
my third year
Oh,
coming.
third year. Wow.
So I came in 2022, 23, and then now 25.
Did you came last year? No.
No, I didn't come here last
Why?
year. Because I couldn't come.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so it was such a beautiful experience. So do
Yeah.
you want to tell our viewers your arrival here this year? Like,
This year, oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
How was your
Y'all, it's giving drama, really. Well, I think when I first came the first year, a lot of leaders, and especially people that I had done life with that had been here, they had told me when you go to Israel, it's like a test. The minute you say yes, you will be tested all the way to the day you actually step in the land. And that was what it was like for me. But this year was interesting because I didn't have any urgency to come up until 3 or 4 weeks before the actual feast. And by that time, there wasn't much time to prepare or fundraise or anything like that. So I really had to rely on the Lord when I felt the yes from God. And what that looked like from me was just trusting Him every step of the way, from the plane ticket to the accommodation to everything, and that God really came through. Even the day before I was meant to leave, my ticket still hadn't been paid for, and my ticket from Fiji to LA, it came through the night before I was supposed to leave. And I had my moments where I was like, God, is this gonna happen or no? Because I've already paid the LA to Tel Aviv route. And that day that things came through, even to the last minute, really taught me to trust God. When He's called you to something, He will always open the doors, and there will always be provision for it. And I think that's something I wanted to encourage other young people, because when we talk about Israel, and as a young person, or if you haven't started working yet, or you're a student, the first thing our mind goes to is where I'm going to get the money from. Because you're looking at 10 to 12,000 Fijian dollars just to get here, plus spending money. And Israel is one of the most expensive countries to live in. So that's my encouragement first. Like, if you know God has called you to come and you have this desire to come, don't worry about the how. Let God do that. But you focus on the yes and being obedient to the call. And when you're obedient, you will see the Lord move over things. And that's what God did for me. And this year, I had quite a few layovers because I was trying to get a lot cheaper ticket, and the more layovers and like different routes that you can take, sometimes it's cheaper that way. So I went from Nandi to LA to New York to Athens, Athens to Tel Aviv. So I was quite tired. It took 4 days for me to actually get here. And one of the testimonies, there's a lot of things that God did on the way here, but one thing I want to share is from my way from Nandi to LA, I had a 19-hour layover in LA. And I didn't have any money to get a hotel, and I didn't have any family or friends that could have taken me in for the night. So that meant I would have to be in the airport for 19 hours, and that's quite a long time to not have any shower or food or anything, like just sitting in the airport. And on my way on the plane and coming to LA, I said, okay, like, Lord, you know my needs, and I'm just gonna have to trust you even though this seems really inconvenient. And on the plane, I happened to meet a friend, and we hadn't seen each other for 2 years, and she said, oh my goodness, Shabani, it's so good to see you. And she asked me where I was staying, and I told her, oh, like, I have a layover, but I don't have anywhere to stay. So I ended up staying in their hotel, and it was God's provision for me, even up to the last minute, even on my way to where I was going, the Lord opened the doors. Why I share that story is because God can do it, and you don't have to know how. We have to be able to surrender that to the Lord and just say yes to coming.
And that's such a powerful testimony, no? So from my viewers watching, they want to know, what are you here to serve for? On what department?
So this year I'm with the TV production team. Obviously I have the face and the voice for TV. You know, I was made for this. So. Yeah, but I think because I have my passion and my desire, that's something that God's put in me, is the desire for storytelling. And I love telling stories. I love being able to communicate to other people a story that God is unfolding or what God is doing. And if you guys follow me personally, you would know that my stories on Instagram and Facebook, that's something that it's very consistent. And it's not because I'm trying to grow a following or gain influence. It's because I have this passion for telling stories, or telling the stories that are happening in my life, but for other people as well. And how that connects to what I'm doing in the feast this year is through social media or taking the videos, taking photos. To me, it's recording an encounter that people are having and telling that story in a way that other people can receive that.
So good.
Yeah.
So what are your expectations after the feast this year?
Well, after the feast. So I think during the feast, yes, we come and we serve. And if you served in ministry, because I've served in full-time ministry before, and if you know what the demands are like, sometimes there's a lot of doing, and you can't really sit at the feet of Jesus in the moment because there's quite a bit of things to do. And I've already had, that understanding that when you come to serve, you come to help and assist in those ways. But at the same time, you can position your heart to receive what the Lord has for you, even while you are serving. So my expectation for this year, and why I came to Israel this year, was not just to serve, but it was because I came expecting to hear the voice of God clearly and the instructions for this next season of my life, because I'm in a season where I'm transitioning into a lot of new things and things that I'm not familiar with, I've never done before, different phase of life. And I needed to hear God for myself. Yes, you can hear God in Fiji. I don't have to come this far to hear the Lord.
Yeah.
But there is a blessing, and there's something very special about hearing God in the land where it all started. So my encouragement is, you may not know how the Lord will work it out, but if you have that desire to come here, just say yes and watch the Lord open up and unfold the doors. Because sometimes our own limitation, our own thinking limits the ability of the Lord to move in our life.
Man, that's so good. So for those who are watching, since it's too late to come now, and next year it will be happening again on the September 25th to October 2nd. Do you want to invite those who are watching, those who are interested in coming after hearing your testimony?
Well, yes, I mean, Israel is quite a far bit away, and you may not be able to physically join, but they do have online registration where you have access to all the content online. So if that's something that you would want to do, I encourage you to pay that price and get plugged in that way, because there's a lot of value that you can draw from that. But most of all, there is something special about being in the land where it all began and walking the land where Jesus walked, seeing the Bible come to life. You never read the word the same again after coming to Israel. So I would encourage you, whether you are a young person or you are very well seasoned in years, I believe that God has a special portion for you when you come here in obedience to the call. And you coming is fulfillment of biblical prophecy. Now, I want to encourage you, if you're not here this year, next year, make it a mandate for you and your family, for you yourself. Even if you're a single person, a student, just say yes to the call and come and encounter God in a new and fresh way. And I can assure you, as the Lord did in my life and in the lives of the other young people that I've come with before, whatever you catch in that season, in that moment here, that encounter, it's going to be something that will mark your life, and it's worth the price.
Thank you so much, Shivani, and till our next episode. See ya. Thank you.
Bye.